Hey everybody, it's Cathy and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some plus size petite fashion tips for you. These fashion tips are going to have you looking fabulous in your outfits. Lots of times whenever people hear the term petite, they just assume that a petite woman is very thin. And they may be, but that is not the case because not all petite women look the same. Petite actually refers to a woman's height. So if you are 5'4" and under, and you can have any body shape, including plus size, you can still be petite. Because in North America, petite plus is considered a woman 5'4" and under, and a size 14 and above. I did a video a while back and somebody left a really rude comment saying, there's nothing petite about you. Yeah, I'm 5'4", I actually might even be less than that now, so I am petite. And that is why whenever I can buy like plus size petite clothing, I go for that. When a woman is petite, normally her legs are shorter, her arms are shorter, so it's not just about your height, it's also about your proportions. But you can be plus size petite. So petite clothing is specifically designed for women whose frames are 5'4" and under. And the clothing has been cut proportionally to fit and flatter the petite woman's frame. So when we are getting dressed and we are petite, we have to keep a few things in mind so that our clothes don't look overwhelming on us. The petite plus size is the most underrepresented demographic in fashion. So that is why whenever I find a store that has plus size petite clothing, I stick to that store. Because I can buy plus size clothing, but it's gonna be too overwhelming on me because my arms are shorter, my legs are shorter, and the proportions, they're just not right. So the clothes end up looking, too baggy, and that's not a flattering look. So that's why it's really important when we are petite that we find clothing that is proportioned to our petite plus body size. So because we have a shorter frame to work with and we are more curvy, it's really important to dress for your body shape. Now I am an apple body shape, which means that I carry the bulk of my weight in my belly area. And yes, I am losing weight. I've lost 20 pounds, but even when I get to my ideal weight, I'm still going to be an apple shape because I know from the past that I still will have a belly because that's the first place when I put weight on that it goes. You may be a pear, you may be a rectangle, whatever body shape you may be, just try also to keep in mind the styling tips for your particular body shape. So the tips that I'm sharing today are tips that I use whenever I'm getting dressed, and they are for the plus size petite woman, with the focuses being on the petite. But if you're taller than 5'4", plus size, they're still gonna make you look great as well. So tip number one is you want to create length. So ways that I like to do that is by wearing a monochrome outfit, which means that you wear the same color from head to toe, or you can wear like the same color family from head to toe. And that just really creates a really nice straight vertical line. And anytime you can create a vertical line, you're going to look taller because when the person is looking at you, you look like just one long cohesive column. So it kind of tricks the eye and then you don't notice the parts that, like for in my instance, my belly. So if you can wear shoes to match your pants, so if you're wearing navy pants, I would suggest wearing like navy shoes because again, that just makes like the leg and the foot blend into one and it gives you length. And anytime we can get length when we're petite and short, it's a great day. So if you're wearing a dress or a skirt, then I would suggest wearing shoes that match your flesh tone. We all have different colored flesh. So if you can find like a nude shoe that matches you, I would wear that because again, it just creates the illusion of a long leg. Now my next tip is to avoid double-breasted jackets because when you are plus size and you're petite, a double-breasted jacket actually creates width because you have a row of buttons here and a row of buttons here. As you can see in this red coat that I'm wearing, and I'm not giving it up because what have I told you in the past? You can use style rules if you want to help you to look taller or thinner, But if you find something that you like that is double-breasted, such as this jacket, then wear it. You don't have to live by the rules, 100% of the time. They're just there to help you if you, are trying to achieve a certain look. But you can see that the double-breasted jacket next to the single-breasted jacket, or single row buttons, whatever you want to call it, the double-breasted does make you look wider because it's making everything go horizontal. Whereas if you just have a single row of buttons, again, you're creating that vertical line. But I'm still wearing my double-breasted jacket because I love this red wool coat from Talbot's, and it really makes an outfit pop. So my next tip has to do with the neckline. So you want to bring the eyes upwards and you want to create space in this area. So I like to wear a V-neck or a scoop neck because it just opens up some skin in this area, makes the eyes come up. It can also, if the V-neck was a little more plunging, it brings attention to your bust area, if you want to do that. And usually when a petite woman is plus size, we usually have bigger bust. So by creating space here, you're opening this area up, because if this sweater was closed up to here, and it would just make my boobs look really, really big. But at least it's giving some space here so that it looks like there's, space between my chest and my face. Creating space here helps to balance the body out so it looks proportional. The next tip that I have is undergarments, and I harp about getting a bra fitting almost in every fashion video, and I do that because it is so important to wear the proper undergarments underneath, because your undergarments are the foundation to your outfit, very much like the foundation to a house has to be strong to hold the house up. So, if you haven't had a bra fitting in a year, I suggest getting one. You can get them at Nordstrom's in the US. If you go to a bra specialty store, they can probably help you out. Ladies, let's help each other. And if you know of a place where you can get bra fittings, maybe list them in the comments. It's really important if you gain weight, if you lose weight, if you have surgery, at least once a year, get a bra fitting. It is surprising. You might think that you are a 38D and you might get fitted and maybe you're, a 36 double D. I know in the past I used to think I was a 38C, but I actually am a D. It's also very important every time you wear your bra to adjust the straps, because you want to hoist the girls up. And it's also important not to wear the same bra consecutive days. And somebody told me why, and for the life of me, I cannot remember. I think maybe so it can get its shape back, but if somebody knows, can you maybe let us know in the comment section? But I know that is important. And if you are big chested, you might want to consider getting a minimizer bra, because I have heard that they can actually take you down one size. So, if you have larger chest, that might be something that you want to consider. I really like the bra that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the Spanx, the Bralleluja bra, but it has the closure in the front. And I've lost 20 pounds and I can tell that the band size is getting a little too big for me. But it has adjustable straps. It has a front closure, which I like because as I'm getting older, I'm finding my fingers aren't as nimble as they once were. So if I can get a front closing bra, I will opt for that. I like Chantal and I like Wacol. They're, really good brands. Yes, they can be on the pricey side, but they're always on sale at Nordstrom's, and even Amazon sells them for us Canadians that can no longer shop at Nordstrom. And I like these two brands because anytime I had a bra fitting, when I would go to Nordstrom, I would try all different brands and sizes. And these were the two I felt that always looked the best on me and was the most flattering, but also comfortable. Because I will not wear a bra if it is tight. It has to almost be a part of my skin. And the Spanx, the Wacol, and the Chantal all do that for me. I like an underwire bra. You may not like that, and they do make them without underwire, but I like a bra that lifts and separates and supports. There's all types of different bras for all different activities. It's really important to find the one that works the best for you, but also make sure that it's comfortable, because if it's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it. And it's really important to invest in a bra if you're on a budget before investing in a top, because you could have a really old crappy bra and expensive top Top's not gonna look good because your undergarments aren't looking good. If you're on a budget, I would start like investing in good undergarments, investing in a good bra, or even some control panties, like ones that I have bought from Spanx. Like not the really constricting ones. I'm talking about like they're like panties. They just smooth everything out. They're so comfortable. I am really impressed with Spanx, and I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about it, but I've just discovered them this year and I just love everything about them. I tried them years ago and I hated them. Like I didn't like it because they were just uncomfortable and too tight, but then I realized this year that they sold clothes and that's what got me hooked. So I bought some of their panties and I'll link them underneath the bras, and yeah, they just smooth everything out, but you don't even know you're wearing them, which just blows me away. And I'll tell you a funny story. It's kind of off topic, but yesterday I was wearing my Spanx jeggings. I had some appointments in town, was doing some running around. So normally whenever I get home from running an errand, you know, I change into my after school clothing. And I totally forgot to do that yesterday, and I wore the Spanx jeggings for 10 hours. And when I went to take my shower last night, I'm taking them off, I thought, oh my God, I've had these on all day and I didn't even notice I was wearing them. So that says a lot to me about those jeggings, because they hold everything in, but once you get them on, you don't even feel them. So I just like sharing products that solve a problem for me that may be a problem that is for you. And you know, if it's in your budget, you might want to give them a try. Not sure if their sale is still on, but for the last week they've had a great sale on. A lot of their jeans the other day were marked down to half price. Definitely undergarments are important. The next tip is wear high-rise pants or jeans or shorts, because when you wear high-rise, it just makes your leg look longer, and it also holds, you know, the belly in. This is kind of controversial. I'm gonna show you one with me wearing my shirt tucked in and one with the shirt over my belly, which is normally how I would wear it. But if you see the photo of me where the shirt is tucked in, yes, you can see my belly. I admit that. That's not what I'm talking about. But can you kind of see how the high-rise pant creates length, and it's making my bottom half look a lot taller than what it is? So it's kind of like 2/3 are my leg and then 1/3 is my upper body. So that is how your body looks in proportion. I hope I'm explaining that in a way you can understand. I don't typically wear my shirt tucked in because as an apple shape where my pants, the rise would end, it's kind of just between above my belly button and where my chest is, and it just brings attention to that area. But maybe as I start to lose more weight and my belly gets even smaller, I'll feel more comfortable. But if you're looking to make your body look in proportion, you can make your legs look longer by wearing high-rise pants. If you don't have a belly, if you are more of a pear shape, you might want to play around with it. It might work for you. It can also work the other way, wearing like a longer top, you know, having 2/3 on the top. For myself, if I was doing that, I would do it with a dress. I would not do it with a shirt, because then I just feel like it looks frumpy. You kind of have to play around with things, and because we're all different sizes and shapes, what works for one person may not work for everybody or every body. So you can kind of take these tips and just see if they work for you and play around with them, because you never know. You know, you might never have thought of doing that before. Now, I would certainly wear these pants with the shirt tucked in, and then if I had a blazer over it, I think that then that's fine, and I would match the color of the blazer to the color of the pants, because then I'm creating that vertical line. So it kind of camouflages, you know, my belly being cut in half. Just try it, and you know, it may work for you. It's just something to think about. So my next suggestion is to create a higher waist. So if you're wearing a skirt, a high-waisted skirt makes your legs appear longer, therefore you're going to look taller. And if you have a belly, the skirt waist will be above it, therefore avoiding, you know, your belly area. I don't like skirts on myself. I very seldom will wear a skirt, simply because I don't find I like how it looks in the mirror. And that's what I'm always telling you. Look in the mirror, and if you look at yourself and you feel good, then wear it. But if you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I don't know, you know, I'm supposed to wear it like this because these style rules always tell me to, it doesn't matter. if you have to talk yourself into it, then it's probably not the look for you. So you can just take these as guidelines. They're not written in stone, you know. Take one or two of them, and if they can work for you, that's fine. That's why you will very rarely see me in a skirt. You may see me in a skirt, but I've never really been comfortable wearing a skirt. I opt for a dress instead, just for a couple of reasons, because a dress is just one vertical line and it's just one article of clothing. Then you don't have to fuss about finding a top that's gonna match the skirt properly. Could I ask you for your help? I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, and if you have not subscribed, would you please consider doing so? And if you are subscribed, will you please share my channel with your friends and family so that I can reach my goal of 100,000? It would really, really help me out. Thank you. The next tip that I have for you is to avoid tunic tops. Now, they may work for, say, somebody taller than a petite person, and that's fine, but they don't look great on me. A tunic top can make you actually appear shorter. Again, we're going back to the proportions, because sometimes if you wear a top that hits you in your body where it cuts you in half, it's not flattering. So that's why if I can get tops that fall like right on my lower hip bone, almost in a straight line with the crotch, I find that is a good length for me. But because I have short legs and a long torso, that may not be a good length for you. So again, you know, it's trial and error. You just kind of have to try it and see what the mirror tells you. A shorter top creates length in the bottom half of the body, but if you are an apple shape like me, this can be tricky because a shorter top will cut right in the belly area, which is what we just talked about. I like a top that falls between my top hip bone and my lower hip bone, preferably the lower hip bone, just to conceal the belly so I'm not getting, you know, any lines horizontally across my lower belly. So maybe whenever that gets smaller, you know, I can wear more crop tops, but right now I try to avoid them. It's really a personal decision. The next tip is to wear a jumpsuit or a dress. I love the look of a jumpsuit and I wish that I could wear them. But my only problem with them is getting them undone in the back, because I'm so afraid, what if I have to go to the washroom and nobody's around to undo the zipper in the back for me, and I'm not like flexible enough to undo it myself. I think that it could be a disaster. But if you want to look really, really snazzy and you have somebody that can help you unzipper the back, a jumpsuit looks great and so dressy because it's one long vertical line. Pair that with some nice heels or even, you know, a tiny little heel, and you're gonna look so much taller and leaner. Now, instead of a jumpsuit, I wear a dress because I can just throw it on over my head and I am good to go for the day. And again, it just creates a long vertical line, and you don't have to worry about any horizontal lines that are going to cut you in the wrong places and make you to appear wider. Now, I love a faux wrap dress. I don't like a wrap dress that you actually have to wrap because I'm just afraid it's going to come undone and, you know, things are just going to pop out. It's going to turn out to be a disaster. So I opt for a faux wrap dress. If you can find a faux wrap top that you like, that's also a great way to create a waist, because the wrap usually falls right underneath the bust. So your waist looks a little slimmer because it's at the slimmest part underneath your chest, and you're avoiding if you have like a belly like me. If you can also get like a wrap top with a V-neck or a scoop neck, that just takes it one step further and can be so much more flattering. Tip number 10 is to avoid baggy clothing or clothes that are too big. I know from personal experience, whenever you are carrying extra weight, you just want to put something on that covers everything. And logic says, oh, let's just put this big, you know, bulky sweatshirt on and it's going to hide my rolls. It actually does the opposite. It makes you look so much bigger. So it's really important when we are petite and plus size, we don't want to wear clothes that are overwhelming for our frame, because it can look sloppy. Now, if I was 5'10" and plus size, I may be able to pull that off because I would have more room here you know, for the sweatshirt material. So I find whenever I wear something sloppy, it really affects my mood. It puts me in a mood where I feel lazy and I don't want to do anything the rest of the day. And then that's going to lead to me eating unhealthy because, you know, it kind of goes with just feeling lazy. So you want your clothing to fit your body, but you want it to skim over your curves. You don't want it too tight that it's not going to look nice, but you also don't want it looking boxy or unshapely. Just because you're plus size, you can still play off your curves. So find material or fabric that just kind of gently flows over your curves. It's going to be flattering. The next tip is to avoid wide belts. I don't own a belt. I don't even have a thin belt. If you wear a wide belt whenever you are plus size petite, it's going to bring attention to that area, but it is also taking away space where you're trying to make yourself look taller. So if you want to wear a belt, maybe go with a thinner belt, wear it higher up underneath your chest. Again, it's pulling everything up, you know, making you appear that you're taller. It's going to make your bottom half look longer. But as an apple shape or somebody that carries most of their weight in their belly, I would not wear a belt because it would just make me look like Santa Claus because his belt hits right in the middle area, and I find it brings attention to that. The next tip comes to shoes. So I would suggest wearing rounded or pointy toe shoes. Personally, I prefer rounded toe shoes because I'm 5'4" and my shape is more curvy and round. I think a rounded toe is more flattering because it's curvy, kind of like my body, where a pointy toe shoe can just really stick out and maybe not make your outfit flow as nicely. Again, I think it comes down to personal preference, but for me, that's what I find generally looks the best. If you have really nice thin legs, then a pointy toe shoe may work great on you if you're showing off your legs. So again, trial and error, just try both, look in the mirror, and whichever one you like, then I would suggest going with that style. This next one is an easy one. It's just to wear dangling earrings. If you have some dangling earrings on, it brings interest to this area, but it's also going to elongate this area. So you're creating space. It's going to help to make your face look a little longer and leaner. They're cute, you know, they grab people's attention to your face away from your belly. The next tip is wear bronzer or fake tanner. I don't use fake tanner, but I do wear bronzer year round. The one that is actually my favorite is by L'Oreal, the Lumi bronzer. So it's very economical and it's very buildable. I have the light, I think it's light to medium. It's the lightest shade and you can just keep putting it on, That's what I'm wearing today, what I wear in all of my videos, and everybody says, you know, you look like you're glowing. Part of it is this bronzer. So if you put bronzer on your face, down your neck, you know, again, it just makes it look like you just stepped off a cruise ship and you have a beautiful tan. And anytime I find that I have a tan, I look 10 pounds thinner. Because it's just, I guess, about the illusion. It's making things appear darker. So whenever things are darker, they retract, they look smaller. So it's just a cute little trick that you can try. My next tip is sticking with a brand that you know fits your body well. If you can sew, tailor your clothes. You might, you know, could nip in your top so you create like a higher waist. I suggest investing in the best quality clothing that you can afford because quality clothing will stand the test of time. It's not going to lose its shape. The fabric that they use is just so much better. It could be, you know, thicker, stiffer. It's just going to retain its shape and not fall apart. I know you may not want to invest in clothing if you're, say, losing weight, but you can buy brand new plus size clothing at thrift stores, still have tags on. You can buy them on eBay, Poshmark. You know, you can get them on really good sales and then posh them when you're done wearing them because good quality clothing is going to last for years. Because I know in the past I bought, you know, really inexpensive t-shirts, throw them in the wash once, and then they come out, they've shrunk, they've lost their shape, and they have a mysterious hole in the belly button area. Like, what is that even about? I have so many people ask me the same question, like you wash a piece of clothing and it just gets a hole there. It's rather strange. I even have a video that I will link here where I walk you through how you can afford to invest in quality clothing if you are on a budget. I will also put links to Rakuten, hope I'm saying that right, where you can earn cash back by shopping. So there are ways that you can, afford to buy quality clothing and just go with a capsule wardrobe. Like, I always seem to wear the same clothing over and over again, and that's how a lot of people are. Yes, I have to try a lot of different clothing now because of my YouTube channel. But if I didn't have my YouTube channel, I would probably have a very small capsule wardrobe because most people always gravitate towards the same clothes over and over again. And if they make you feel good, if they fit your body, that's why you gravitate to them. If you have to take your pants to get them shortened, if you can't shorten them like me, I take them to a tailor and I can get jeans shortened for $8. It's really important that your clothing fits your body properly, makes you feel good, because you deserve to look and feel your best. And whenever you look and feel your best, you're going to want to have that feeling all the time. So it's going to lead you to healthier lifestyle choices. And it's just going to prop up your confidence and you're going to feel really, really good. So whenever I'm dressed in my nice clothes, I know that it lifts my mood. I might want to put some makeup on, a bold lip, some jewelry. It makes me feel good. Whenever I feel good, I want to invest in my health and I want to take care of myself. So I invest in better quality clothing because I know that I'm going to use it, wear them all the time, but also because they fit my body a certain way. And that's why, I really do enjoy Talbots, because they are one of the few places where you can get plus size petite clothing. Athleta, yes, I think Athleta has petite length. I know Old Navy, their jeans, they have petite length. I do like their jeans. NYDJ has petite length. It's easier to find petite clothing. Most of the time, I think they stop at about a 16. Like I said at the beginning of this video, most women are size 14 and above. So I really don't understand why clothing brands don't cater to plus size petite women, because the average North American woman is 5'4" and what did I say, a size 14 or 16. So it boggles my mind. If you haven't seen this video, fashion and beauty brands you need to know about if you are over 50, I'll link it here. Please subscribe, share my channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.